Hi everyone, let's solve this problem, power of x comma n. So we kind of have to implement this function which calculates x raised to the power n. So let's say for example we are given x is equals to 2 and n is equals to 10, then the output is 1024. So if I take x power n, they have given 2 power 10. So basically if you see, I can divide it into 2 power 5 into 2 power 5, and 2 power 5 can be divided into 2 power 2 into 2 power 2 into 2. Same thing here, this is the same part as this. Again 2 power 2 can be 2 power 1 into 2 power 1, right? This is how we kind of divide our particular values. So if you see this, there is a repeated work here, here and also here, right? And there will be all repeated work this side, whatever we kind of do on the left side of it. So this is what we are going to optimize, and this particular thing is nothing but, let's say for example I have a value of n. I'm going to divide n by 2, n by 4, n by 6 and so on, n by n. So this particular number of times we are going to go, the depth will be log n base 2. So this is the overall time and space complexity of this particular solution. Let's see how we can solve this. And also one thing we have to notice is that there are also negative numbers. So if there are negative numbers, nothing will change in terms of like how we are going to solve it. But when we are kind of returning, we will return 1 by whatever result we get. Let's say for example if it is 10 power minus 2, 1 by 2 power 10 will be the answer. So 2 power 10 will be calculated as it is, and then we will just return 1 by 2 power 10, right? Let's solve this. So initially let's say const, this is the function. Let's say if x is equals to 0, 0 power anything will be 0, so I'll just return 0. If n is equals to 0, that means x power 0, like x can be any number, but x power 0 will be like 1, we can return it. And we can also handle if n is equals to 1, we can just return x as it is. Now we kind of we can call, let's say result is equals to, I'm calling recursively this function. So let's say I'll be calling x by n by 2, right? So I'm kind of dividing it into 2 halves, so n by 2, n by 2. But since we discussed here, if it is like 2 power 4, then we can obviously divide 2 power 2, 2 power 2. But if it is 2 power 5, we'll have to divide 2 power 2, 2 power 2 into 2. This is something which we need to handle. So let's say for example if even number, even power, in that case how will we get to know if it is even or not? N percentile 2. If this is the case, then it will be the even power. So in this case, if it is even power, we are going to return just result into result. Otherwise we have to do result into x, right? So any particular number, let's say for example if we even have 2 power 16, 2 power 8, 2 power 8, 2 power 4, 2 power 4, so on, right? We kind of can divide it into even parts. Let's say for example we have 2 power 18, 2 power 9, 2 power 9. In this case we'll have to do 2 power 4, 2 power 4 into 2, right? We can just add 2 to this, and these other two parts can be divided equally. So that is what we are currently doing for the odd case, result into x. That is all we have to do. So this particular case is handled. Now when we are kind of whatever is the result, we'll also have to check if n is less than or equal to 0. In that case we are going to return 1 by result. So result is nothing but the function call of x comma absolute value, because we are not, even though we get negative value, we are just going to calculate let's say for example, if I have 2 power minus 2, I will be calculating 2 power 2, 1 by 2 power 2. So this particular value will be same as 2 power 2, but when I am returning, I will return 1 by the value result whichever I get. So that's what I am doing. So it will be my dot absolute of n, and if it is less than or equal to 0, then it will be 1 by result, otherwise it will be result. So this will be our entire function. So let's try to run this. Let's submit it. It is submitted. So the time complexity of this particular solution is big O of log n base 2, and similarly the space complexity is big O of log n base 2, because we are using the recursion here. I hope the solution is clear. Thank you.